All right, being joined now in advance of NCAA Tournament Regionals this week by Clemson head coach John Rittman. Coach, before we get to questions, any opening comments?
Yeah, I mean, we're certainly excited about hosting our third regional in 6 years of existence. So that's a pretty special feat for our young program. But it's just an exciting time for our fans, our players, our coaches, our support staff, and we're looking for a wonderful weekend. Obviously a very tough regional. I think the parity in this regional is ranked number one of all the regionals. So a lot of evenly matched teams, and our team is built for this. You know, we've been through the gamut this year. Started off slow, have had to come from behind in many wins this year, and have been on a roll recently. And it's just a special group. And I know they're built for this, and it's great to be able to host and play at home.
What do you know about Upstate?
Yeah, I mean, they're a competitive team. We played them last year in the Alabama Regional, an elimination game. It was very close until about the fourth or fifth inning, and they won their conference, and that's a tough league that they play in. You can't overlook anybody at this level. They're here for a reason because they're well coached, and they're a very, very good team. A lot of tradition in their program, so we're expecting a good battle out of Upstate in that first game.
John, you've had a lot of big come from behind wins this season, and can you kind of put a finger on what's different about this ball club than maybe some others you've had?
Well, I think number one, it's anybody can step up at any given time. We're not relying on two or three players or just one or two pitchers. We have a collective group that plays well together as a team, and they're very talented, and they have that never say die mentality, that bring it on mentality, and that's bode well for us this year.
How much do you think the freshmen have kind of played into that naivety, if you will?
Freshmen have been a huge part of our success this year, and all of them are really, they're winners, and they came in here, all highly recruited players, and nothing has been too bright for them. No game, no situation. They have fun. They're great teammates, and they're very talented.
You guys put on quite the show up in Boston. What are some of the things you're hoping to take away from those performances and hopefully roll over into the NCAA tournament?
Well, I think, number one, we had to get through three tough teams to win an ACC championship. Virginia, who's a 2 seed, Virginia Tech, who's arguably could have hosted their 2 seed at the Alabama Regional, and then Florida State, a perennial powerhouse who had the number 3 RPI in the country, and just a lot of tradition, a lot of championships. So we had to run the gamut at the Boston ACC tournament, and I love the way our team battled back in each one of those games, and it was a special championship. Just so proud of our team, and I know that's prepared us for anything that lies ahead in postseason.
Your shirt says "Bring it on."
Mm-hmm.
Is that kind of the mentality of this team?
That's been our mantra all year. It started with Erica Troutman, who is our sports performance coach, and our fall training. She just held everybody accountable. She did a great job of really bringing this team together in the weight room, and then you combine that with our holding people accountable and our kind of good mindset, like, whatever gets thrown at us, bring it on. Adversity, success, bad weather, injuries, whatever, this team is built to take on anything.
At practice today, what was the mindset? What were you telling these girls?
Just to relax. I mean, everybody's a little uptight, and I've been doing this a lot of years, and everybody's trying to be perfect right now, and there's a few that freak out a little bit as you get closer to game time. I think we'll be better tomorrow, getting our routine, and just once you step on the field and you're playing the game, it's all about executing then. But I think the biggest thing for us is, to go out and have fun. That's who we are. I think this is a loose group. When they play their best, they're having fun. And again, it's the ability to rely on teammates. It's not all the pressure's on you. This team is built for this championship, and just to go out and obviously execute. We have to bring our A game to win, but to go out and enjoy it and have fun.
What's been the difference in Brooke this year for you guys?
I think Brooke McCubbin has really matured. Obviously, she's pitched in some really big games for us over the years. She's been phenomenal as a teammate and as a leader of that bullpen. She has pitched behind Valerie, Millie, and Reagan really for 3 years. And it's her time to shine, and I think she kind of got off to a little bit of a slow start, but once she started, really buying into her role and really getting that confidence. She had the maturity, she had the experience. It was just all about gaining some confidence with Brooke. And then once she got that confidence, she's really been great the second half of the season.
Who are you sending in the circle tomorrow?
It's probably the same, Reese and Brooke, and certainly got to get Macey going a little bit for postseason. We didn't have to use her at all last week at the ACC Tournament, but Macey's been a big part of our pitching staff. So I would guess at some point you would see any of those three at any given time.
Macey had 7 walks, I think, in the tournament
Mhm.
last week. Can you talk about, as a freshman, that kind of patience and those kind of games to kind of, stay up there and draw those walks?
Yeah, I mean, when you have such a dynamic lineup as we do, part of it is being able to, what we call, be patiently aggressive at the plate and not expand the strike zone. And we're really good when her and Noller take walks, and people are very careful. They got Brown and Moore up top, and then they're very careful with Noller and Cintron. So if those two can be patiently aggressive and really not expand the zone, it opens it up for the bottom half of our lineup, which has really been good.
This senior class enters their final NCAA tournament. What has this class meant for you this season?
Oh, they've just been outstanding. I mean, they're great people. They bought into the culture. They've put in their time. They put in their dues. They're great students. I mean, so it's a blessing to be able to coach a senior class like this that has poured so much into this program, and to see them have success. It's really special. I'm proud of each and every one of them.
What is the story of Clemson softball that people need to know going into this tournament?
I think, the big story for this year is how we were going to respond after losing really the pioneers of the program, the core players that built the success that we have in this program. And there was a lot of uncertainty, a lot of freshmen coming in. The seniors were going to have to step up and lead. We had to use a transfer portal to fill a few holes. So the question was, is this going to be like a transition year? Kind of a restart, press the reset button year. And it certainly started out, a little rough, 3-6 and against some really good teams. But, when you have a group of players that believe in a system and have such great work ethic and are talented, anything's possible. And I thought once we started gaining a little confidence and winning some games and then coming back in games we were behind in, it started to roll. And that's what's special about this team, and that's what's really fantastic about this year, is to watch this group come together and have so much success.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you guys. Appreciate you coming out.
Thanks, John.
Yeah.